Well, whereas the governors have their jobs well cut, the question is still vague on what exactly is the role of their deputy governors, unless on special occasions like what played out in Kiambu County, the likes of Bomet County and Nyeri County. It's still not very clear what exactly it is that the deputy governors are supposed to do, something that has gotten to a point whereby, these individuals have been looked at as probably, not really necessary. But reality is that they are instrumental on the growth of devolution, on the leadership situation at the levels of the county. So today, we have the Deputy Governor of Kajiado County, Honorable Martin Mushisho, who will be joining us this evening as we get to know on pledge what exactly it is that he does in his own respective county as a Deputy Governor, and generally what other deputy governors are doing in their own respective counties. So welcome on board. It's always a pleasure to have you joining us right here on #PledgeWatch is how you interact with us this beautiful evening. Every other question that you have, it is your time to be part and parcel of the conversation, and we'll certainly get to sample some of your comments as we proceed. My name is Linda Alela, and that's exactly where we're going to start off the session this evening. Mushimiwa, good evening.
Good evening,
Good
Linda.
to have you. I'm sorry for bringing you here with the rain, yeah?
Nice having me here.
Yes. It's
so
a pleasure. It is indeed a pleasure.
Thank
All right. So main focus this evening, of course, in on Kajiado County, just the problem we witness at this particular place, and whether indeed, as the key figures that are driving devolution at that point, you are convinced that indeed you are doing a good job. Well, although you find the excellencies, just like your bosses, they still not so, clear information on what exactly it is that deputy governors do. Some have actually argued that, there's really no point of having deputy governors based on what we see in Nairobi today, confirmed by Governor Mike Sonko himself. Do you at some point feel frustrated about this, and is there some truth in this statement?
Very well, thank you, Linda. My name is Martin Mushisho once again, Deputy Governor Kajiado County, and also the Vice Chair of Deputy Governors Forum in Kenya. And I'll start by saying Deputy Governors are very critical in the devolved system of governance. The Constitution states that the Deputy Governor is a principal assistant of the Governor. In the absence of the Governor, the Deputy Governor steps in. Though there are a number of duties and mandates he cannot take, even in the absence of the Governor. But the rest, especially in terms of service delivery, he steps in and ensure that there is no vacuum in the county. And therefore, a Deputy Governor is very critical, and therefore I support that the position of a Deputy Governor is very critical and important.
There's been that push, to focus on, bringing on board this memorandum that would help you gain portfolio. Is that an acknowledgement that indeed there lacks portfolio in this particular office, and certainly there needs to be more spelling of what it is that you're supposed to do as deputy governors in the Constitution?
I have been part of a team of deputy governors who appeared before the Haji-led committee, just to ensure that in case we're going to have a referendum in Kenya, the position of deputy governor be spelled out, the responsibilities and duties of a deputy governor. You find that in a number of counties, a deputy governor operates under the mercies of his or her boss, and that should not be the case. There should be a clear spelled out roles of deputy governors. You have heard in Kenya the issue of deputy governors being idle in offices, just reading newspapers,
which I suppose is not the case.
And that
there's some truth in that.
There's some truth in that, because it depends with the kind of governor you you're serving. If the governor feels secure with a deputy governor, there is no, the relationship is good, then like mine, I'm very comfortable. I work pretty well with my governor.
Right.
But there are a number of counties that deputy governors are really lamenting. This is because there are no clear spelled out of roles for deputy governors.
You're not supposed to outshine your master, and there's always that fear that as deputy governors, sometimes you want to stand out and outshine your masters. And the fear is genuine, based on also what we've seen. In most cases, there are always shots and battles mated upon the governors by their own respective deputies. So in this case, in the event that it is spelled out in the constitution, don't you think it will be terrible at the level of the county?
I don't think so. I feel there would be more harmony in terms of service.
You think so?
I think there will be more harmony, and deputy governors will not feel left out. They should be engaged, and by doing so, will be reporting to the boss, who is the governor, and therefore the deputy governor will be much busy. We propose that the deputy governor will be appearing before the assembly, answer questions whenever the assembly ask questions to the executive, and therefore a deputy governor will be comfortable, will feel satisfied. It is really bad to have a deputy governor who is earning salary using public money, but is idle, doing nothing, contributing less to the service of the
400
county.
million
Absolutely.
is what goes to pay salary for the governor, deputy governor.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that aside, don't you think that then this position should be scrapped off?
Never.
It should not be.
Should not.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that is a debate for another day. Let's talk about Kajiado County and how it has dealt with COVID-19. We're looking at a county that is in close proximity to the country's capital, and we know very well that the numerous cases have been reported on this particular side. What have you done as a county towards ensuring that Kajiado is protected? And we know very well that even today, we had 3 cases from Kajiado County. There's still more cases from Kajiado County. What is being done to ensure that this is tamed and actually come the second wave, as of course said by the Ministry of Health, it is not going to sweep away Kajiado?
Very well. Let me start by saying that we really thank God because you know that Kajiado registered the first case in Kenya. And after the first case, the number kept on rising. And there was a time we were almost leading in the country in terms of cases. But now the cases have really gone down, and we thank God for that. As a county government, we've really done our best to ensure that our people are secured and we're able to protect them. Number one was to ensure that we have a good bed capacity for isolation centers, and we had a good number of them. Alakasasi Health Center was put aside fully to be an isolation. We had another bed capacity at Ngong. We had in Kitengela, in Kajiado, the referral hospital, in Ngatataek, Namanga, in Kimana and Loitoktok, and we raised the number of bed capacity. There was a time the president said every county should have, at least 300 bed capacity.
Did you hug it?
We overpassed. We overpassed. I think we went to over 500 bed capacity. But that notwithstanding, we ensure that we have an ICU unit. But the most important thing is the prevention.
Wait a minute, now that you talk about the prevention, the laxity, the measures that have been put on board is huge. That is one thing that has been attributed to the coming on board of cases, of more cases as registered by the Ministry of Health. So what is being done down there? Mark, you remember that you've on several occasions had events, well, political events for that matter. What is this celebration that we had latest?
No, just before that,
yes.
I think as a leadership of Kajiado County, we have really sticked to the guidelines.
Okay.
And as politicians, we abstain from political gatherings,
okay.
and we have been very, very, very obedient, and we ensure that we don't move around, and that has really helped our county.
Right.
We have used our polytechnics, our TVETs, as a county, number one, to make masks, sanitizers, and hand washing machines.
Right.
For example, our senior TVET, we have been able to produce a lot of masks that we have been able to supply to our people.
Okay.
And that has really attributed to the going down of the numbers in Kajiado County. Yep.
What was this event again? This ceremony?
Was
it not at the time of COVID-19?
Yes, it was, but at that very point, the numbers has really gone, not only in Kajiado, but even countrywide.
Okay.
And so that small window gave us an opportunity to really allow our young men to be able to graduate to elderhood.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, all right. That we put aside. Many people have been, pointed fingers at, lots of castigating in regards to the laxity that we've witnessed from the politicians. But that aside, and let's come to the aspect of security. Security is key. There's been lots of insecurity in terms of, catering for the animals, or the animals poaching is on the rise. That is something that we'll discuss as we proceed. But importantly, the situation that has been there in terms of battles that are being witnessed, or animosity that is being witnessed within your borders with other counties, respective counties, and the latest that has been there between Kajiado and Kiambu County. Just let's take a look at this scenario where our very own that is Sam G of Boni was able to tour Kajiado and equally Kiambu County and gather this report, and then we come to you to react on the same.
Mwaka huu katika eneo hili la Ndeya County ya Kiambu, hali ikawa si hali. Wenyeji wa eneo hili la mpakani wakakabiliana vikali na majirani wao kutoka eneo la Ewasho Kidongi, County ya Kajiado. Katika kijiji hiki cha Boma, majonzi yalitanda miongoni mwa wenyeji baada ya Charles Makimi Karanja, jamaa wa miaka 28, kutangulizwa mbele za haki.
But sio sisi. Sisi tunasema pengine ni warani, na hata ninataka kusema hata wametoka mbali, si hatujaiona. Na hata wanakuja kama wizi. Si wanakuja kama Wamasai, hata hatujui ni wakina nani. Wanakuja kama wizi.
Samani juzi vita ikatokea kigafla wa Umasai na Wakikuyu. Wakikuyu wanasema Wamasai ndio wanaiba vitu yao, lakini sisi ndio tunaiba.
Usire ikugatia na tona tuuri ndeturerete ndatigirwo ni baba wao.
Shida kukona ili waingie hii mambo ya wizi wa ng'ombe, walikuwa wana complain mambo ya mipaka. Watu wetu wakienda pande ya malisho wanafukuzwa. So wao walikuwa wanasema area yao ni kufika pahali hii area ya SGR imepitia.
Well, that's narrated in Swahili, but just to paint a picture of the scenario that is there on ground today. What is being done? What has been achieved so far in terms of ensuring that we quell this animosity that is there?
Well, the leadership of both counties, led by both governors and both county commissioners, with the entire leadership of both counties, met at Bomas, and they did a meeting. And they really said no to such kind of rancors, cattle raids, and it was very clear. Both sides, both counties were instructed to return stolen herds. Kajiado was the first one to return. And the latest has been Kiambu County. It was well received by the leaders. And we told our people they should live in harmony with your wealth, your animals. Let's live, coexist together, but no stealing from each other.
And it's a guarantee that it's a long term. That one has been sorted.
Absolutely.
We're not likely to hear anything from this.
We don't expect.
Speaking of the porous borders, also, bordering. Manga is there, and these cases of poaching that we've had, or latest on the ivory and all that. Some of them actually being transported to a different country through or via Namanga. What has been done towards ensuring that security is looked at this point?
Very well. I think the national government really doing what it can to ensure that our animals, wild animals, are secure. This is our wealth. We get a lot of resources from tourism out of these animals. And what we've been preaching to our people, that we should protect these animals so that we be able to gain from it. But in the same breath, KWS should also ensure that the animals of the pastoralists are very secure, because I think not only the animals but even the lives of people. We have got cases where animals kill a lot of people, and KWS are very quick to react to any time an animal is killed, but quite slow any time a human being is killed, or animals are killed by these wild animals, or even property destroyed. So we should look at both sides and ensure that there is harmony. We are able to protect both.
Looking at your blueprint and lots of promises in regards to transforming Kajiado County. We're looking at industrialization. There were a lot of promises on taking it to the next level in terms of boosting the economy. While everyone would want to blame COVID-19 at this point, I'm sure the activities do not stall up at the level of the county. So when we talk about the urban centers that you had promised to bring on board, and talk about launching of renewable energy atlas, talk about ensuring that the county assemblies are incorporated towards first of all enlightening the people of the activities in the county, and importantly ensuring that the people are engaged. How much or how far are you in terms of ensuring that all this rounded up has been achieved?
Very well. I'll start by stating that Kajiado is a unique county. The first one is the proximity to Nairobi. More than often we say that Kajiado is the bedroom of Nairobi. Kajiado has two extremes: a populous urban area and a very remote part of the county. And when we took the leadership of Kajiado County, we have really tried and done our best to ensure that our towns are better than we found it. When we talk of Ngong, Rongai, Kiserian, they are now it's now a municipality, and through that a lot of things has happened. Roads, sewerage system, good parkings, and there has been a lot of change. Same case to, because another very populous town is Kitengela, that will very soon become a municipality also. There is a very good and modern parking, a lot of good roads we have been able to construct as a county, and therefore we believe that Kajiado has really made tremendous progress
at the rate at which you envisioned.
Yes, and if you allow me, I would very quickly mention some roads that we have been able to construct so far in our urban.
And in fact, road is an issue.
Yes.
I hope my director is able to run some of the pictures.
Very good. So I will mention we have Kitengela KCB Orata Road, 1 kilometer.
Okay.
Kitengela Prison Cabro Works, 500 meters. We have done Kitengela Deliverance Road, 2.1 kilometer. Okay. We have done Rongai Tumaini Road Tamak, 1 kilometer. We have done Kajiado Town Tamak Road, 1 kilometer. We have done Rongai Town, 1.2 kilometer. Kiserian Primary Tamak Road, 1.4 kilometer. Ngong Milele Mall Tamak Road and Bridge, 800 meters. Geshagi Kabro, 300 meters. Loitoktok Town Kabro, 600 meters. Ngai Moronya Sub-County Office Kabro, 200 meters. Rongai Market Kabro, 100 meters. Bulbul Town Kabro, 200 meters. Linda.
Yeah, I hope it's not a scenario of washing the car from the outside and the inside is rotting, because the pictures that we have.
Just allow me to say.
Okay, all right.
Kajiado County, we have found that previously there was no tarmac road, even a kilometer that had been done.
There's still a problem if you look at the pictures
and
we have.
14 good roads that we have now, we feel it is a tremendous move. In terms of making sure that, because once you make a very good road in town, there would be some tranquility, some
infrastructure
order.
Is key, I agree.
Infrastructure is good.
Right.
I mentioned about the parking in Kitengela. Very good, modern one, and therefore the jam has eased, not like before. When we talk about Ngong, same case, a very modern parking, and therefore jam has been eased in Ngong. There is order, and therefore that is a tremendous job.
All right, just how much convinced are the people of Kajiado County? We take a short break, and remember, you're invited to be part and parcel of this conversation. The numbers running down on your screen. We get to sample some of your comments as we proceed, and indeed agree to whether or disagree to what it is that Mheshimiwa says. After this break, we're back.
Kila siku ya Jumatano tunazungumza, tunaulizana na tunajuzana masuala ibuka ya kisiasa.
Kwa sababu he is not in Kirinyaga.
Maisha yangu ni huru na watu wangu wanyali.
Tulivunja vyama vya URP na TNA na vyama vingine tanzu, ndio tukaunda chama inaitwa Jubilee.
Mijadala komavu kuhusu yanayokuhusu, na zaidi ya yote tunakupa nafasi kumfahamu kiongozi wako katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi.
Yako kama mtoto ilikuwa gari.
Mimi nilizaliwa, sasa najuaje maisha ilikuwa.
Wakati namuuliza maisha.
Kwanza ilikuwa tu ni jaribu kabisa kufikia pahali ambapo nitafika Nairobi. Najua ilikuwa ni kazi ambayo ilichukua siku mingi sana kufika Nairobi.
Kila siku ya Jumatano kuanzia saa 1:30 hadi saa 2:30. Ungana naye Elizabeth Mutuku. Usikose.
It is said that cooking is one of the greatest gifts you can give those you love, because nothing brings people together like good food. Join Chef Hamadi every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. as he teaches us some simple and quick recipes, only on The Throwdown.
You are the mighty God, the great I am. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
This and every Sunday, TV47 brings church straight to your home. Come, worship straight from your home as we bring you the Sunday church service at the All Saints Cathedral from 11 a.m.
Kila siku ya Jumatano tunazungumza,
Welcome back to Pledge Watch. Kajiado Deputy Governor, that is Kajiado County, Honorable Martin Mushisho is with us this evening as we take a look at the progress in Kajiado County. And once again, Mheshimiwa, good to have you this evening. Remember that it's important you interact with us. The hashtag is Pledge Watch. The numbers to call rolling down on your screen. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this. If you are from Kajiado, then this is your time. And I mean, it's not just about Kajiado because we say that it sits in the proximity and, you know, it borders numerous counties that indeed, of course, we would want to consider as cosmopolitan, because they hold lots of Kenyans from different walks of life and different regions. And coming back to you, Mheshimiwa, we've talked about the roads situation down there. I hope the people of Kajiado are as convinced. They'll be telling us as we proceed. But water, importantly, there's also been that promise within your very own blueprint that so much will be done in terms of ensuring that your residents are able to access, adequate for that matter. Numerous boreholes have been dug. Just how much has been done towards ensuring that they get this? Because reality is that they still decry of lack of water.
Thank you. I think that is very true. When we came to the leadership of Kajiado County, water coverage in Kajiado was about 34%. And
Mheshimiwa, allow me to cut you short and pick this phone call from Zainab, calling all the way from Kajiado. Zainab, good evening.
Nasema.
Yes, Zainab, jambo.
Sijambo.
Asante kwa kupiga simu. Mheshimiwa yuko hapa, una swali?
Nina swali.
Ndio. Endelea.
Kajiado, tunataka Kajiado za barabara. Kwani kwanza hakuna barabara, MTA yuko, Mola yuko, barabara hakuna, hospitali ni ovyo, sijaona siku.
Kwenyu ni wapi?
Marufai kama jadi, let's endelee Nguruma. Hiyo barabara ni fake na MTA anafika hapo pia siku.
All right.
Mola yuko, kuna hao watu na hakuna njia.
Asante Mheshimiwa, unamsikia Zainab?
Zainab, ukweli ni kwamba tumetengeneza barabara na nimekuwa nikizungumzia juu ya barabara za town.
Right.
We have also tried to ensure that the roads in Mashinani are well. I recently went to Pakase.
Right.
The problem with that area is the lake, the Magadi Lake. The road that we made some times back, water came, it's destroyed, so we have to use a longer route just around the hill. But I want to promise that that is because of the natural happenings. The county government has no control, but we will go back to it once the county is stable. We have resources. For a long time, counties now do not have funds. So we have budgeted that there is an amount of money